The NowGamer review.
Sorry about that. That was a pretty awful idea, but I'm the only guy in on NowGamer today, so I can do whatever the hell I want, and no one's going to moan about it. So hopefully by now you'll have read the review up on the site. I gave it 6 out of 10. This game's a weird one because it has a lot of problems with it, a lot of small niggles and flaws, but overall it was actually pretty good, mostly because of the shooting. So the way I'm going to do this review is I'm going to split this up into a very clear list of positives and negatives. On the positive side, the one thing this game does really well is the shooting, which is good because 90% of the time you'll be shooting at things, with the rest of the time spent between moving towards other places to shoot at more things or figuring out where the hell it is you're actually supposed to go. The weapons all have a really strong sense of feedback, they look good, they sound good, and they feel good, and this game is also really bloody violent. Off the back of that, another thing that's really good is the way that overkill's been implemented. If you played any previous Army of Two game, you'll remember overkill's what happens when you and your partner team up well enough that you earn a bonus, some sort of special ability that you can use to basically kick ass and do a lot of damage. The way it's been changed in this is that overkill tears apart the environment. Instead of me talking about it, just have a look at it, you'll see what I mean. Actually, no, I lied, I'm going to talk over it. I like the sound of my derpy voice too much. The point of overkill is that it makes you invincible and it kind of beefs your weapons up so they do damage to the environment. The weird thing is, and I don't quite know how Army of Two has managed it, shooting the environments is actually more fun than shooting the bad guys. Now the reason for this, I reckon, my own personal theory, is that shooters tend not to put a lot of attention into the environments and what happens when you actually shoot at them. The Devil's Cartel was put together using the Frostbite 2 engine, and you can really see that in how the environments shatter and break when you shoot at them. So it's a weird thing to be mentioning as a positive that shooting the environments is more fun than shooting at the bad guys, but it does make the game more enjoyable and it is strangely engaging.
Bravo! Bravo, you with me?
What the hell just happened?
You guys got another fallback? City Hall's pretty much gone.
Shit.
I'm just about done with these bastards. Stay alive. We'll get through this.
The other thing that's been considerably improved is the tone of the game. Previous Army of Two games were kind of criticised for their tone, where you'd murder men and then you'd have Salomon Rios high-fiving each other and playing air guitar. That's been removed, so while you still have a lot of, I guess, banter between the characters and it's still pretty cringeworthy to listen to, the tone now kind of fits with a game where you're murdering thousands and thousands of guards. So there is that, that's an improvement. The tone now sort of fits the content. But obviously it's not all good news, otherwise we would have given it a 10 and not a 6. The main problem I had with the game is just the design of the maps and the level layout is a little bit too messy. The whole point of the game is you're supposed to flank around threats ahead. One partner draws fire, the other one rushes forward and takes out whoever's shooting at you both. That works fine when you're in narrow street sections of the game. When it opens up a little bit more, threats tend to come from all areas and you're more concerned about staying alive than you are implementing any sort of flanking tactics.
Here, that's the second.
Compounding the problem is the cover system, where you have to aim at where you want to take cover and press a button for your character to automatically sprint to safety. Again, it works well in narrow areas, but as soon as you get to the more open areas where you have weird angles and you start panicking a bit more because you're being fired at from every single person in the world, then you end up taking cover on the wrong side of where it is you want to go, you're not sure how to cancel it, it's just a lot more awkward and frustrating than it needs to be. But the weirdest problem with Army of Two Devil's Cartel is that the way the co-op's been implemented is just weird and doesn't quite work. One of the problems it has is that it isn't proper drop-in drop-out co-op. If a player wants to join your game, you're asked if you want for him to join, and then you have to restart the chapter once you do so. The other problem being is that it's often hard to tell if you're actually playing with an AI or with another player once you start. The only giveaway being the customization that player has, plus his, I guess, stupid behaviour when he runs into all guards, gets down and then screams at you until you revive him. So because of that, co-op just doesn't really have the impact that you'd expect it would. Playing with another human player instead of AI just feels kind of flat, and to be honest, it's just as convenient to go through campaign, if not more convenient to go through campaign, by yourself than with another player. It's not that Devil's Cartel is a bad game, I actually quite enjoyed it, mostly because the shooting is so solid and the destruction is a lot of fun. It's just a shame that it's got so many weird niggly problems that could have been solved with a little bit more thought or a slightly smarter design. So as with other games in this series, it's fun, but it's got problems.
We're clear.